Hello and a very warm welcome back to the garden. I'm here at a different garden. I'm visiting Sŵn y Coed again, visiting Peni Ediker, and this is a one planet development here in Carmarthenshire in Wales. And Penny is going to show us a fantastic way to propagate a ton of seeds from a small space. So if you only have a small space like a windowsill to raise your seedlings, you have to watch this.
Right, so I'm going to sow some seeds in a tray and have different varieties in one tray. Seeds only need a little bit of space. Pot and compost is expensive, so if you sow a few different varieties in one tray and clearly label, then you're going to save a lot of compost and a lot of time. And then when those plants grow up, then we can pot them on, make stronger plants so that when we're ready to plant out, we're ahead of the game. So today I'm going to sow one of my favourite brassicas, calyx. They are an F1, but they're an F1 ready, really worth growing. I'm still eating calyx now, and yeah, they're a good source of A, B and E. So good time to start them, but they won't be going out until mid-May, so I will pot them on. So I've been sowing rows in trays, lots of different varieties, for as long as I can remember, probably about 30 years. I'd say it's for any variety that you're not going to multi-sow. So multi-sown seeds like beetroot, spinach, leeks, spring onions, we want to multi-sow those because we can have them in modules and then just prick them out and put them straight in the ground. Whereas with sowing in trays, I can fit loads of seeds in this tray and then I can prick them out, pot them on, get them really strong until they're ready to go out sort of mid to the end of May, depending on your frost. Sowing in a tray, you can literally fit hundreds of plants in this tray, or even a little tray like this. I could sow, like I did, 100 tomato seeds in this little pot, have it on my windowsill, and when they've grown up then prick them out into their own individual pots. Yeah, so I'm saving space, I'm saving money in my potting compost, and I'm saving time from sowing lots and lots of different trays. So I filled my tray with peat-free compost, packed it down. I think it's really easy to just fill a tray and not pack it down, and then you've got loads of air gaps, so you don't want to do that. So be generous with your potting compost. And then once I've got it all filled, then I'm going to make little indents for my seeds. And I think that's another common mistake about sowing seeds, is just sowing them too deep. A seed only wants a thin cover. It doesn't want to be really, really deep. It's going to rot out. And then again, you're saving compost and you're saving money because you're not going to rot your seeds. So I'm going to sow a row of calyx. So I put them in my hand. You don't get, that's 2 packets of seeds. So seeds are expensive and we don't want to waste them. So I'm going to sow these little seeds in my little row. I'm not sowing them too close. I'm not sowing them too deep. And then really important about sowing seeds is labels. And preferably a date. So I've got calyx, and I'm going to write the date, 14th of April, so I can see how long it's taken these seeds to germinate. Put my label in. And then just a really small amount of compost on the top. So I've got my row of calyx, great. Now I'm going to do a row of Brussels sprouts. So my tray is sown and now it needs watered. And I think like another easy mistake to make is to get a watering can with a rose and just completely soak the soil, especially when the seedlings are really little. So I think the best way to do watering is to fill a tray like this, pop your tray into another tray with water and let the water come from the bottom up. You can get away with watering a tray like this at the beginning, but once your seedlings are really small and you get a watering can with a rose on it, then those poor little seedlings are going to get knocked over. So if you have a water station set up, then as you're potting around and you're probably doing other things, you can just get your seed trays, put them in your tray, let them soak up the water, and then do some more. And as your plants get stronger, you'll be able to water with a hose, but I don't recommend that, you know, until they're a little bit stronger. I will water my seed trays every day, and only myself will water my seed trays because it's really easy to overwater or underwater. So just, you know, have that attention to detail, and, you know, you'll gauge it and learn your watering, but don't flood them out because you'll rot the seeds. It's really easy to do that with peas. It's really easy to do that with big seeds like squash or beans. You know, just be mindful on your watering. Okay, so I've got lots of chard and it's ready and it needs potting on. If it was like end of May, perhaps I could plant these straight out into the bed, but it isn't. And this morning we had a frost. So I'm going to pot these on. They're going to get really strong so that when I can plant them out, they're bigger and they've got more roots. So when I'm potting things on, I want to be careful of the roots. So I lift them from underneath. I find that I save quite a lot of money by using the mushroom crate, lining it with cardboard because the cardboard stays moist, so that saves on watering. And yeah, filling it with my own compost mix, so I'm saving money again. And then I end up getting these really strong plants that when in another 3 weeks, they're going to be really strong, and then I'll put them outside and harden them off. So when you're potting on, then you really want to make sure that soil's damp. And if the roots are quite combined together, you don't want to rip them apart because you're going to rip the roots and then your plant's not going to grow. So what I do is just give a little soak in the water, and then you'll find that the roots will tease out a lot easier in the water, like so, and you've got a lovely bit of root there.
A little later on this year, Penny and I are running a weekend workshop here at Sŵn y Coed. So all of the information is down below. And if you want to find out more about this incredible site, you can watch this video here.